All right, everybody, so today we're going to talk about non-payment and canceled orders. So it seems that every week this is just like a reoccurring theme. And I'm sure we're not the only ones, but I figured that we would talk about it and I would tell you guys how we are deciding to deal with it just to make it a little bit less stressful, because it is stressful. All right, so first we're going to cover non-payment. All right, example. Remember last week when I made my video, I said that this plush duck, the guy had not paid for it. It was purchased, but he never sent in payment for it. Well, 2 days after I made that video, so I made the video on Sunday, so on Tuesday, I went ahead and just canceled the order. So canceled the order and just relisted the item. This is where it gets me. This is the first time this has happened. So I don't know if this guy is just messing with me, and I'm saying guy, it could be a girl, but regardless, just messing with me, or is it really just a glitch? I don't know what's happening here, but he did it again this week. He purchased that duck and there it sits waiting for payment to come through. So this is how I plan to handle it this time around. I am going to give him 24 hours to make the payment. If he doesn't make the payment, I'm simply going to cancel the order and then I'm going to go and block him, because I just don't need this kind of harassment in my life. Either buy it or don't, but don't keep buying it and then never pay for it. It just doesn't make any sense. But this does happen. I hear that it happens more to beginners than people that have been doing it a little bit longer. I've had my account since 2000, so maybe that has kind of saved me from most of the scammers. I haven't had a whole terrible lot of them, praise the Lord, but I do know that it happens quite frequently, and so when this happened to me this time, this is just the way that we decided we were going to deal with the situation. All right, so next we're going to talk about canceled orders. This seems to happen quite a bit, and I don't know if they just say, oops, I pushed the wrong button, or if they're really pushing the right button and then just have buyer's remorse and decide that they don't want the item. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but it seems that every week there are always canceled orders. And this week in particular, we had 3 cancel orders that came through on 3 separate days. Now, in each instance that this happened, the buyer said, oh, I accidentally put in the wrong amount. Fine, we took it off, no big deal, but it just seems to happen quite a bit. Now, if you have a repeat offender, go ahead and use that block button, because if somebody is that's just maybe how they are, they just continually buy things and then cancel the order, then that just kind of mucks up your listing, because on some of the listings it does take, some of them will relist automatically and others won't. So do make sure that you are checking those. We had 2 that did not relist automatically, even though eBay said that they did, they really didn't. So we had to go back and check and make sure that those got relisted. So do always make sure, even though eBay does automatically most of the time do this, sometimes there can be little glitches here and there that do happen, and so you always want to make sure that you are paying attention to your business, making sure that the right things are being done. The lady this week, a separate lady that canceled the order, hers was because she just did not read the listing. Okay, so a lot of times to set up like a photo shoot for your items, you'll put something really cute in the background, or I think I've seen it once before where somebody was selling a chair and they were selling the chair for like $30, and somebody was like, oh, is that for the sofa and the love seat and the table and the lamp and everything for $30? No. But because of the way sometimes that we stage items to sell them, it can maybe mislead the person reading it. Not all the time, and not everybody. Most people would see that and go, oh, it's just for what says it's selling. But some people will think, oh, well, then that's just an added bonus. I'm not sure why or who or why they do this, but it does happen. So to kind of save yourself from this happening, make sure that in the title you're correcting it. And I'm going to show you guys an example of what happened to me. So I posted this card, and I thought it was self-explanatory. It's talking about the one card that was for sale. However, we had a lady who purchased it, and then after she purchased it, she sent a message saying, hey, is the whole book album with all of the cards included? But in the description it says this is for just the one card. But because how I had it laid out, even though it looked fine to me, it was misleading to her. So always take that into consideration too, of who your audience is, and that sometimes maybe tweaking the title a little bit will save you and them from a little bit of a miscommunication that can quite often happen. So I went back through, I relisted the item, I changed it up, and put with a little star next to it, card only, so that whoever else may be looking at it understands that this is just how I displayed it when I took the picture, that it is not I have an audience over here, even if you can't see him. I got an audience off camera. Anyway, so you want to make sure that your stuff is self-explanatory. You want to make sure that you put maybe something, tweak it in the title so that people reading it will know immediately what they are bidding on. Okay, so that is my video for today, talking about a little bit of the issues that we've had this week, non-payment, and of course canceled orders. And I'm sure next week we'll have more canceled orders happen. And it's always the same. I just go ahead and cancel the order and don't even think twice about it unless it's the same person that it keeps happening with. If that's the case, then I will go ahead and block that person just to keep them from causing any more havoc on my page. Okay, all right guys, so that's it for me. I will see y'all later. All right, oh, and don't forget, subscribe. Bye.